Hey Capricorn, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for April 1st, 2025. This is for Capricorn. Last shuffle coming out for Capricorn. Let's see what's going on. Okay, transformation, and then we have playing it safe. A lot of you are feeling as though, or maybe feeling a change, a shift in the atmosphere, like a shift, something's different. And now what your intention may be to, well, in the shift, I'm just going to kind of like lay low until I know exactly how it's affecting me, or how I can, what my role is in things, and what my influence will do. I see someone who's concerned about their influence, not wanting to rock the boat, the proverbial boat. I'm also seeing here with Seven of Cups, yeah, Hermit, yeah. I mean, not Hermit, but um, Hierophant. It seems as though maybe the change is that the rules have changed, and for some of you, rules have changed. Laws may have changed, especially if the King of Wands comes out. This shows that the old way just doesn't work anymore. It's time to be a little bit rebellious against what we used to do, the old way of doing things. The shift may be giving you a lot more freedom. I'm seeing, yeah, a lot more freedom. This may be happy changes, and at first they may not look happy or feel happy yet, that kind of thing too. Something is coming in, and it looks like a lot more of a fun, relaxed vibe, a more healing vibe. It's fun, but it's like calm fun. It's not like, oh yeah, we're going on to out in the town. It's, spring break. We've all gone wild, but more of like a very calm but happy, exciting, jovial energy of, just healing, peace. Playing it safe would be the Chariot and Death. So a lot of your intentions would be that you are headed towards the change. You're welcoming the change. You're saying, I'm not going to. A lot of you may be saying this. Uh, I'm not going to go against the grain. I'm going to go along with it. Whatever happens, I'm just going to go along with it. And so, Spirit is telling you here especially if you're in a romantic connection, like a long-term romantic connection, that you're going to experience new love with this person. Okay, so it will feel like you're meeting them for the first time, because it almost seems as though maybe your person found their voice. All right, perhaps they would go along with things just to get along, right? And I'm seeing the Hierophant here. So this would be a cycle of change where maybe you lay down rules, and every single time at this point in time, this is what I expect, this is what I want, that's what I need. And now this person may have stood up for themselves in a sense, right? I see something like that when it comes to love. If this is, say, a long-standing relationship, but it's not standing up for themselves in a bad way. It's more so like, here, this is how I would like to get along. And then we change, the things have changed. And it seems as though you're saying, I'm just going to go along with it, because great relationships are ones that both support in challenges. It truly is. Great relationships are not just, well, I get what I want out of the situation. They do what I say. It's not that, right? You know how there's a lot of people that they're in relationships, and it's like, as long as they get what they want, they don't give a crap. As long as they're happy, everyone's happy, right? Everyone's heard the happy wife, happy life vibe, and it's not happy life, happy wife, happy life. It's happy spouse, happy house, right? Both must be happy in order for things to flow. And also, too, we both must be able to voice our opinions or our needs without the backlash of like, well, now you're not doing what I want, therefore it's now time to punish, right? I don't see that for you. I don't see you doing that, but I see someone saying, I don't agree, Capricorn. This isn't the rule. This is not how for me to be happy, that's not what happens, right? And that could be just as simple as saying, Capricorn says, I need absolute silence before da, 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 or I need this or that going on, or whatever it is. And this person's like, well, I don't. So you're going to have to deal with something. I'll just turn it down low. Okay. That might be the energy. But also, too, I do see a new love coming in, regardless of whether this is established or it's new, truly new. Like, I just met this person. This person is going to buck at the system. They can't be pushed around. So I do see that you are needing, Spirit's asking you to awaken your empathy by incorporating turquoise. I feel like you got this turquoise energy before, but they want you to be empathetic to this person, see the bigger picture, see outside of yourself, and to focus on, mm, I would say, focus on forgiveness, right? And embrace things about yourself that maybe you're not always right at the same time, but then why would you, to some degree, feel like you need to be right? And I see you meeting a meeting of the minds. I also see you meeting someone who doesn't have, because they're showing body energy. They want you to consistently say to yourself that your body is a wondrous and magnificent machine and that you feel privileged to live in it. And that could be that you are meeting someone who has challenges that, but they're overcoming despite the challenges. They're succeeding despite the challenges. And it seems like maybe you have an ailment, maybe you have an issue, but their issue is infinitely worse, but they're still able to accomplish double what the next person that doesn't have this issue does. And this would be to remind you in so many ways that forgiveness is a beautiful tool, and that um, although there are, it's like this person may serve as a mentor to you, um, showing you what one does with an opportunity, to see that there's always a shot, there's always a chance, right? And that you can always develop and grow no matter what you are faced with. The Spirit wants you to be grateful for the body you have, and to you know what I mean, to just to be glad in it. I'm seeing angel number 2323. Usually that number is about patterns. Of course it's a pattern, but it's about repetitive circumstances. It's about your journey and society, the movement and communication and charisma and all that good stuff. But they want you to understand something that maybe you haven't been able to accept or understand before, and it's like a repetitive thing, a repetitive. You find yourself going into having the same problem, maybe the same argument, maybe someone is coming, they've been telling you the same thing repetitively, and it's been difficult for you to just accept. And they're showing that until you get tired and you feel restrained beyond depression, will you change? But you've got to make decisions for yourself to live for you, and to know that life is all about passion, right? And when you're passionate about something, you will move heaven and earth to be able um, to attain it or to achieve, right? And so that's when a change is made, and the world around you follows. Okay, and I'm only saying this because I'm seeing a stubborn energy here, and I don't think Capricorns are stubborn. I don't care what anyone says about Capricorns. Are probably the most joyful, easy to get along with people, for me at least. I don't know. So I find Capricorns quite easy to get along with. I've read so many things and heard so many things, and I'm like, there's some things, of course, with every sign that you could leave a little bit to be desired for every sign, especially evolved or unevolved. It doesn't matter, right? But I'm seeing someone who may be stuck in their ways, or there's certain pet peeves or needs, that not even needs, these are more wants, to be honest with you, that make you feel comfortable. So it's almost to say that whatever it is, it hasn't been working and it needs to change, but it's still something that you stick to. Like, it has to be done this way, and you've been told many times, you got to change this. This is not the way, right? And now it's finally getting to a point where you might see the angel number, and then now you have to see the bigger picture of how something doesn't work, and how you have the will, the wisdom, and the mind. You have all of these things at your disposal to be able to go with the flow. So also too, you may be placing restrictions on yourself. I can't do that because my legs are too short. I can't do that because my fingers are too short, or I can't do this because my leg hurts, or something. And Spirit's going, you got to stop putting restraints on your body. You need to be saying to yourself, my body is a wondrous and magnificent machine, and I feel privileged to live in it. You will end. I'm seeing you meeting someone that shows you that your purpose is so much bigger than restricting oneself. You're suffering. You may be facing karma, and it's time to embrace that side of you that you know that maybe you placed a lot of coping mechanisms and codes, right, to be able to keep something. Like, I don't want everyone to know that this or that, right? Or I don't want, there's certain things, you know what I mean? Like, how it kind of gives me the vibe of a person who places a or wears shoulder pads because they think their shoulders are too small, kind of vibe. Or hiding those things. I wear makeup because I don't want anyone to see this big birthmark I've got here. And instead of embracing what makes you different, you would rather cover it up. But you have to shine your true light upon this earth, right? There's something, you're special. I'm seeing North Node energy here. You are meant to mentor people or to show people what it is to grow and to develop, and to live out your destiny. Something has to change. So I'm seeing someone going with the flow. So the sacred temple with the four, I can't make this up. Four of Cups and the Knight of Cups is about your life's purpose. And this is about saying that we're walking away from situations and things and places that really don't work for us anymore. We're accepting the truth. We're accepting something instead of being delusional, or, and I don't mean delusional in a disrespectful way, but saying, no, this is not happening. It's not happening. It's not true. And it is, but you're resisting it, right? And someone may be telling you, I'm seeing someone coming towards you, telling you, and they're almost getting tired of telling you. And with this here, Knight of Cups and Four of Cups is like, I'm tired of telling you. I've told you lovingly. I've told you kindly. I've told you I was polite. I hinted at it. I alluded to it. I told you straight up, and you still refuse to see the bigger picture. You're focused on the pixels over there rather than seeing the movie, seeing the screen. So the sacred temple is about understanding that life could be whatever you want it to be, but first we got to let go of some things that aren't working for us, that hold us back. Okay, and you may see your person, if you are, like I said, in a long-term committed relationship, you may see this person in a new way. And also too, you may meet someone, like I said, that has more limitations than you, but they still keep it pushing, and that person may inspire you to, especially like I said, if you're in a long-term committed relationship, may inspire you to love your person. Okay, that's another thing. To forgive them for analyzing you, because I see someone who's like, you analyze me so much, right? And it also may inspire you to paint the sun back in your sky. If you've been in the dark for a while, it would inspire you to just say, I accept those things about myself, and I'm just gonna let it all hang out. Hidden motivations with the Four of Wands and the Hanged Man is that a lot of you may celebrate things about yourself. The new changes occurring in your life cause you to celebrate certain things about yourself, to see things differently, to feel comfortable in your own skin. So I don't know who this is for, because this is so extra specific, But I'm seeing North Node energy. Um, they're asking you to do to use some, this is like no more stress kind of elixirs. You would want to get a teaspoon or a dropper of some of these remedies here for anxiety, right? If you're saying, listen, I feel anxious, you might want to use white chestnut, lemon balm, like aspen, periwinkle, rosemary, or garlic. Gentian, you might want to use some of that for anxiety. I'm seeing for exhaustion, if you are suffering from anything like that because of the body energy I'm seeing, you might want to do yarrow, olive oil, sweet chestnut again, or well, white chestnut was for the anxiety, but sweet chestnut for exhaustion, and aloe, yarrow. Okay, any of those. I'm thinking of. I think I probably repeated myself, but you would take a teaspoon or a dropper of these oils, right, for stress, echinacea, right, thyme, lemon balm, dill, and the ingestible, edible mistletoe, which there is one. There's a strain that is edible. We also have for like depression, sunflower, lark. I wonder if, yeah, chamomile, lavender, black cohosh, yerba santa, geranium, mustard, borage. You could try those. Did I say chamomile? I feel like I did. And lethargy, like I just can't get myself up. Like I'm dragging tail over here. You would use thyme, peppermint, or aloe. And Spirit wants you to try those things. Um, if you are suffering from any of these things, that will help to aid you spiritually as well as physically. You could be dealing with a Cancer, a Scorpio, Pisces. Geez, lots of water. Taurus or Aquarius energy here. If you're not, yeah. So you could be a Capricorn, Aquarius cusp, or dealing with an Aquarius, Pisces cusp, right? If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.